Hi. In this video we will show you James Bond girls from the 1967 film, You Only Live Twice. Tsai as Ling. Ling is a Chinese intelligence operative employed by the British Secret Service, a minor character and Bond girl. She appeared in the pre-title sequence of the 1967 James Bond film You Only Live Twice, portrayed by Chinese actress, singer and director, Tsai. Almost 40 years later she made a return to the franchise playing Madame Wu in Casino Royale. Akiko Wakabayashi as Aki. Aki is an agent of the Japanese Secret Service who appeared in the 1967 James Bond film, You Only Live Twice, portrayed by actress Akiko Wakabayashi. The original name of the character was Suzuki. It was changed out of gratitude to actress Akiko Wakabayashi, who had originally been cast as the film's other Bond girl, Kissy Suzuki. It was discovered that Mie Hama, who had originally been cast in the Aki role, spoke poor English and the producers were concerned that she would not be able to cope with the part. As a result, they built up the role of Aki, decreased the number of lines Kissy had and asked Wakabayashi if she would agree to switch parts. She agreed, and they renamed the character to thank her. In the finished film, Kissy plays a far smaller part than Aki, and is actually billed after her in the credits, even though she is generally regarded as being the lead Bond girl. Certainly, Bond builds far more of a relationship with Aki, and may possibly be falling in love with her, as evinced by a scene where Tanaka tells him that when he goes undercover as a Japanese fisherman, the role will require him to have a wife. Bond immediately looks to Aki, and her pleased reaction clearly shows that the idea appeals to both of them, although Tanaka vetoes it. As the wife, Kissy needs to be an operative who is a native of the region Bond is staking out. Karin Dor as Helga Brandt. Helga Brandt was the personal assistant to Japanese industrialist, Mr. Osato, and a member of the secretive criminal organization, Spectre, a supporting antagonist portrayed by the late German actress, Karin Dor. She appeared in the 1967 James Bond film, You Only Live Twice. To date, across the franchise as a whole, there have been 4 individuals who have held the number 11. Miss Brandt, her first name is never mentioned in the film, was created specifically for the EON Productions adaptation of Ian Fleming's 1964 novel, You Only Live Twice, by author and screenwriter Roald Dahl. While no similar character existed in Fleming's novel, Brandt was the name of Emilio Largo's mechanic in his 1961 novel, Thunderball. Many European models were tested for Helga Brandt, including German actress Eva Renzi, who passed on the film, with German actress Karin Dor being cast. Dor performed the stunt of diving into a pool to depict Helga's demise herself, without the use of a double. Peculiarly, for the German version of You Only Live Twice, Dor was dubbed by another actress. According to Karin Dor, who is a natural brunette, the producers wanted a blonde German girl to play Helga Brandt, but they ended up with me. As a compromise, they dyed her hair red for the movie, turning Brandt into something of a Fiona Volpe clone. Mie Hama as Kissy Suzuki. Kissy Suzuki is a character in Ian Fleming's 1964 James Bond novel, You Only Live Twice, portrayed by actress Mie Hama in the 1967 feature film adaptation. As in the novel, Suzuki is an AMA diver. However, the rest of the character's own personal narrative differs greatly between the book and film. It is often debated whether the main Bond girl in You Only Live Twice is Kissy Suzuki or Aki. Although the character Aki does dominate most of the screen time, she does appear to be more of an ally than lead Bond girl. Suzuki conforms to the more conventional narrative stereotype of a Bond girl joining forces with Bond for a set mission, such as the exploration and infiltration of the volcano base, and ending up in his arms in the end. On most, if not all, of the DVD artwork, the Ultimate DVD edition, which the Bond is featured with his leading Bond girl on the front cover, it is Suzuki that is featured as the main Bond girl. However, with the recent Blu-ray box set, it is Aki that is featured as the leading Bond girl. Also, she is one of the very few Bond girls who doesn't get captured or is in need of saving by Bond throughout the film. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. You can also vote for girls.